Hello, metalmemesmx. This is Thomas from Gates of Ishtar.
Everybody, today I'm joined by the band Gates of Ishtar from Sweden, and I'm really glad that Candelabrum asked you guys because I love melodic death metal, and well, you're a really good band. So how are you doing today?
Yeah, thank you. We are great. This is a nice warm up for us coming to Mexico. Just keeping it in our minds that this show is going to happen because yeah, we are really excited that the people in Mexico, or the fans in Mexico, is keeping the memory of the band alive, and we are having the opportunity to come to Candelabrum Festival and play for you guys. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's really a dream to cross the ocean and go to Mexico. I mean, we've never been outside Europe playing our music, and to get the opportunity to do this, I mean, 25, 30 years after our last release, that's insane, really. It's going to be crazy.
Amazing.
Really,
that's amazing. Actually, one of my questions was going to be if you guys have ever played in Mexico, but you just answered that one. Yeah. So, well, my first question actually was going to be, I know a little bit of the history of Ishtar, the goddess of death and love for the Babylonian people. And of course, the gate of Ishtar is one of the gates of the kingdom of Babylon. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about the inspiration behind that for the name of the band. So yeah, tell me about that, please.
Yeah, that's quite a hard question to answer. We had that question earlier, but I think I mean, we started at quite a young age. We were like 19, 20 years old, and so maybe that you know, the name Ishtar and the history behind the goddess Ishtar didn't have such a deep meaning as it might have if we found the band today and you know, did a research on the background of the name. But we had an old bass player named Harald. He read a lot of Babylonian and Mesopotamian mythology, and yeah, as you mentioned, it was the goddess of good and evil, basically, and we draw a lot of parallels to where we actually stood. I mean, mentally at that point. When we started up, it was quite intense in Norway with, you know, all the killings of some important people, and we were a band that we made the music for our love to what we created, and we always had like a sparkle in our eyes. We weren't that dead serious, and we were basically balancing on the edge of good and evil. I mean, it's the best explanation I can give you.
Well, that's really cool. Like, yeah, that's really amazing. I was a little bit curious about that because Ishtar, it's a very unique name, and you hear it like every now and then, not so often. So I wanted to ask you about that. And well, my next question was going to be like, we all know, or at least the people who love melodic death metal as I do. I even have a melodic death metal band, so we all know that Sweden is such a special place for this genre. And I wanted to ask you, what do you think, or in your opinion, what is it about Sweden that makes this genre of melodic death metal so special?
Well, I can answer that one. That's the tough winters. That's where it comes from. Well, basically, it's a very harsh climate, especially in the north of Sweden, where we were living, and the other two guys are living right now. And the winters are really long, and they're, to be honest, quite depressing sometimes. And there's a lot of lack of light. And I think you need some positivity in your life when you live it like that. So I guess the creativity and inspiration from music, that's where it all stems from. And I think that's true probably for most metal bands from Sweden. I think they have a quite unique sound, and especially if you go back to the 90s, where all of this melodic death metal started. So I'm pretty sure the climate has a big impact on the final product, so to speak.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say something like that about the weather on Sweden. And well, actually, my next question was going to be, I know a lot of these northern countries of Europe have a lot. Well, the governments help a lot of artists, not just music, but a lot of artists in general. So I wanted to ask you if you have ever had any like incentive or help from the Sweden government for your music.
I mean, we have one thing that I think is really helpful. You know, we have since a really young age in school, we get the opportunity to choose an instrument if you want to start playing. Like most people start with piano and go over and start playing guitar after a while, I think. But yeah, you have the opportunity from the school to go and start feeling like, oh, is this something for me? And also you have opportunity to borrow rehearsal rooms that are already has all the amplifiers and the drum sets and PA system and everything. So the opportunity there to start doing something together as a collective it's in what is the word? It starts at a really young age. So that's, and nobody comes with a, like in school they have like, yeah, okay, you probably have to learn some kind of type of music, but they don't have it as long as you don't break the place. You can be there on your own and create whatever you want to create as a band. So, and that opportunity, that I think that helps out a lot for us, at least as musicians, that we were able to borrow rehearsal rooms in the school and play there. So we had a lot of that's the help we have had. Like we have had the opportunity to play at and borrow gear in the beginning, because otherwise it would be hard if we had to buy it ourselves.
Yeah, of course. Actually, this like I thought of a question because you were telling me this. Did you all guys went together to school or no?
We went to the same school. I think all three of us. I seem to remember Hermelinskolan, it's called in Luleå.
Yeah, but it was not like in, what is it called, like the early school age. It was only like for the gymnasium, like the college, or what you should call it. That's when we were at the same school, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I was curious about that. So, well, my next question would be like, it's like a double question. What are you looking forward from Mexico, and what can the metalheads expect from you guys when you play live here at Candelabrum next September?
Well, I look forward to meeting the fans in Mexico, and I mean everybody in the music industry, at least in Sweden, and you hear it from other bands as well. Mexican fans are crazy. so it's going to be a real honor for us to go there and experience it firsthand, and really looking forward to meeting everyone and playing our music. And we're so grateful that even 25 or how many years it is later now, 28 maybe, and they still remember us, and that's really fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool. Actually, I can assure you, Mexican metalheads are really crazy and really passionate about bands, so they will give you all their energy. So you can be sure about that. For sure.
Yeah, we're gonna try to match them and give the same energy back, because this is this show, this festival is it's for us. It's hard to even explain how much it means for us. And yeah, to be able to play for the fans in Mexico, it's gonna be a really good show. I can promise you that.
Yeah, I bet. So, well, are you actually looking, like my first of these two questions was like, are you actually looking forward for something in Mexico outside of music? Like, I don't know, maybe food, maybe, I don't know, a certain place you want to visit?
For me, food, definitely. And just to see Mexico, it's always been a dream of mine personally. So it's going to be great on so many levels. And but the food, absolutely.
Yeah. Food is really great. You should try tacos, of course.
Yeah. I will. I promise.
Yeah. And you guys, anything you're looking forward?
Yeah, but it's probably, as Thomas said, like, yeah, being able to experience another culture, and of course the food in Mexico, and then just meeting people, because I always enjoy when you meet people that are into music and they come from other part of the world, because you realize how very much alike people are. You know, we are not so different. We can come from different cultures and we have different skin and whatever, but when you like take it all down to like the heart level, everybody's on the same level, you know. So that is what I like, because you always meet a lot of nice people when you go out playing, and I look forward, yeah, a lot for that, you know.
Yeah, that's really good. Actually, bands actually dig a lot. They come down from the stage and they like walk around with the people and stuff like this. And I've seen a lot of bands having like a really good time with the people, like hanging out and maybe drinking a beer, or maybe just having a small chat or stuff like this. So yeah, that's really cool. So well, my last question. This is one question I always ask, and a lot of people has told me really crazy answers about this one. So what's the craziest or most bizarre thing you have lived on this metal road?
Oh shit, man. I don't know what even to yeah, what you can talk about, what not to talk about, you know.
Trust me, they have told me some really crazy stuff.
I don't know.
There's
It's
always
hard to-
something on the like sparks on the mind, you know.
Yeah, but I'm trying but at this moment it's kind of blank, you know. But it's every time there's alcohol involved, you know, the people are going to do stupid things. So you have done or seen a lot of things, but nothing comes to mind right now. I'm sorry, man. Maybe
Oh,
if
no
we
worries.
meet up in Mexico, we can talk about old stories. But right now, I
Yeah,
don't.
maybe we'll make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. And yeah, all of like most of these stories like have alcohol or other substances
Mm,
in them. So yeah, I know what you're telling me. So well,
yeah.
that was my last question, guys. I know time is like very important, so thank you so very much. I'm really looking forward to see you live. I'm gonna be there in Candelabrum. Actually, it's on
All
my
right.
hometown, so yeah, of course I'm gonna be there.
Cool.
Great.
Anything you want to share? Maybe the social media of the band. I don't know, a YouTube channel, maybe.
Like,
Well, it's facebook.com/gatesofishtar official. That's our Facebook page. We don't have any Instagram page, at least not yet. So that's it, basically. We don't have an official YouTube channel. I uploaded the gig we did in Umeå that was recorded on a cheap camera, but still you get a bit of the vibe from the music. That's uploaded to my personal YouTube channel, and you can just search for Gates of Ishtar Live and you will find it, House of Metal.
Amazing. Well, thank you so very much for your time, guys. As I said before, I'm really looking forward to see you live. So yeah, keep rocking.
See you in Mexico, man.